சரி மீட்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வந்துடுறேன். மீட்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு, வந்துடுறேன். மீட்டிங் சொல்லுங்க. கார் ஒண்ணும் தெரியல, அதை பத்தி தெரியல. சரி பார்க்கலாம், கேட்கலாம். சரி.
Good evening, ma'am. Have you spoken
Yeah,
with Mr.
good
Jain?
evening. Dear all, very good evening. Sir, Deepak sir?
Yes. Yeah, good evening. So, have you been able to speak with Mr. Jain?
Yeah,
I thought
sir,
he had logged in.
Yeah, he's not picking actually.
Okay.
Yeah, good evening. I am here.
Okay,
Yeah,
good evening,
very good
Jain
evening,
sir.
sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How do you do, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I'm Suchitra, sir.
And
Okay.
I am Puneet. Sir. Both of us are from Coimbatore Management Association.
Sir, he's
Okay.
Mr. Puneet. Both are from CMA actually.
So maybe in just a few minutes, sir, we will start off at
Yes.
sharp.
No issue.
And of course, I had the benefit of attending your lecture on the same topic few months back, I think, through DMA and IMA.
Okay.
I think on the same topic you had delivered a lecture few months back, I think so.
You're talking about me?
Yes, sir.
In Coimbatore, I did one online session last year.
Yeah, on the same topic?
No, it was something like sustainability awareness session. Yeah, sustainability word was there.
Yes.
But today my presentation is different.
Different. Okay, sir.
That day it was more focused on environment. Today it will be different.
Okay, very good, sir. So now the audience here would be primarily business management students and few faculty members.
Okay.
So this is something which we do every Monday continuously.
Okay,
I think this is the 524th.
Yes, sir.
Sessions continuously without a break.
Okay, each Monday.
Each Monday.
Yes.
So I appreciate, sir, your awareness, your activeness, active CMA. Very active.
Very active, and the bulk of the, as I said, the attendees would be students, and I think the second year students would have just come back after their internships. So many, and some of them are maybe still the final stages of completing their internships. The new batch will start in August. So that's how it goes. But we continue with these programs even during the summer vacations.
Okay, great. So somehow during my interaction with various AMA chapters in the last few years, I have delivered various sessions in various chapters of AMA. So I found South, particularly all the chapters in South, they are more active and more their participation is always active, more as compared to other chapters. For whatever reason, you may not, you may
even I may not be able to give you an exact reason why. But anyway, so sir, करीब 3-4 minute में we will start off. I will start off by introducing you and welcoming you. And
yes.
Do you have any presentation to share? So
yes.
We will make you the co-host. Yeah.
I have made him the co-host.
Let me. Yeah, please make me. Yeah,
I have done it. I have already done it.
So you can share your screen. Maybe the opening slide. You can just keep it on.
Okay, let me try.
Sure. हाँ जी, आपका वो आ गया, डेस्कटॉप आ गया. हाँ.
Yeah,
So अब अगर आप, you can do it on full screen or something like that. Right now it's on the. हाँ, perfect
yeah,
sir,
In fact,
perfect sir.
yes,
यहीं पे होल्ड कर लीजिएगा, हम लोग फिर we will start at 6:30.
in fact, in the online sessions, we need to have a PPT presentation. It is more important.
Yes,
In
yes.
in offline sessions, we may or may not have a PPT, but in online sessions we need, because
Definitely, because you don't have the benefit of watching you,
yes,
in action. So
yes,
PPT actually does the
yes, definitely.
job. Definitely. Right, sir. तो मैं फिर तो आपको 3-4 मिनट के बाद फिर we'll catch up again.
Yes, sure.
Sure. Right. सर आप एक स्लाइड पीछे ले लीजिए सर, ये सेकंड स्लाइड में आ गया शायद. It is showing your second slide now about Delhi Management Association. Yeah, perfect.
yeah. Puneet sir, I think it's the time to start, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can start, please.
So, good evening to all. Hearty welcome from Coimbatore Management Association for our Monday musing session number 523. And also would like to welcome back a lot of students who would have gone for their summer internship and have now resumed classes. So we hope that you all had a very productive and interesting internship over the last 2 months. It is my pleasure and honor to introduce and welcome our star speaker of today, CS Mr. Deepak Jain. He is a multifaceted professional and inspirational leader. I think he works across several domains that includes learning and development, corporate governance, sustainability, and he is also a motivational speaker. He is the founder of Vijayash Foundation, learning and development organization, and the driving force behind Deepak Jain Associates, company secretaries. And he is the chairman of the very prestigious Delhi Management Association ESG committee. So he wears several hats. apart from his professional expertise in the area of company secretariat. And therefore, with this rich professional background, which includes serving as the ex-vice president and company secretary at Unitech Limited, he has also chaired the Gurugram chapter of ICSI from 2007 to 2009. So, Mr. Jain embodies a wealth of experience in leadership. As a company secretary and motivational speaker, Mr. Jain advocates several vital concepts as ESG, corporate governance, corporate social responsibility, sustainable development, artificial intelligence governance, diversity, inclusion, and equity. His dedication to societal well-being shines through his talks, and he provides coaching on happiness, self-realization, consciousness, and enlightenment. So, in essence, Mr. Jain is a very well-rounded professional luminary, the catalyst for positive change, and believes in fostering holistic growth in organizations through his vast experience. Mr. Jain, sir, it is an honor to have you as a speaker today. And I'm sure I've had the good fortune of attending one of your lectures on a related subject. You just clarified that was a different subject, and today's would be a different subject. So I think you were definitely going to add on to what you said in that particular lecture. And I am sure that all the students and faculty members who are attending today's session will leave the session much richer nuggets of information and insights through you. Mr. Jain, the session is now yours. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for the nice introduction. And I would like to express my thanks and regards for giving me this opportunity to share my views on the topic self and sustainable development, a very relevant topic at present. And I feel honored and privileged to give me this opportunity. So friends, the topic today is self and sustainable development. Before that, I would like to say a few words about DMA ESG committee. As we know, Delhi Management Association is a Delhi chapter of AMA, All India Management Association. Last year, in 2023, when the new committee took over, we formed one ESG committee. The committee has 15 top ESG professionals, around 18 top ESG professionals working in the corporate sector and academia. And in the last 15 months, we did various sessions on environment. In fact, we did 4 big conferences on ESG, sustainability, conscious leadership, and we did one roundtable conference in association with Terry on self and sustainable development. So I really learned a lot in this my journey of 15 months as a chairman of DMA ESG committee, and I really enjoyed it, and I believe that which I will discuss in today's session also, that when we take up any cause, any social cause, it helps us a lot. It develops us, it develops our personality and our thoughts. So it is very, the topic today is, for example, self and sustainable development. So the crux, in nutshell, if I describe the topic, is that when we develop ourselves, we take care of the society. And if we decide to take care of the society and take care of the nature of the environment, in this process we develop ourselves. So it works both the ways. I would like to explain in my today's presentation how it works both the ways. So friends, if we start with the self can be understood as the sum total of an individual's thoughts, cognitive and emotional intelligence, values, perception, respect, reverence, mindfulness, responsibility for future, our lifestyles, choices for eating, clothing, living, etc. So our personality consists of our various thoughts, our styles, our thoughts in our mind. How much time do we have for the session?
So you can have about 40-45 minutes, and then we can have a quick question answer session.
Yeah. Okay, done. So I will deliver the presentation in maximum 40 minutes, then 40 minutes, then we will have a question answer session.
Sure, sure.
And I would request participants also to share their views, because when we share our views, then it really helps.
Sure.
Us a lot. Yes. So self-awareness. So when we talk about self-development, we need to know about self-awareness. We need to know about ourselves, what about our thoughts, our personality, our weakness. By fostering greater self-awareness, individuals can turn personal development into a powerful tool for global sustainability. So the point is that if I do not know myself, then I may not be able to develop myself. I can develop myself when I know myself that these are my strengths and weaknesses. So, and we can find various examples in the world and in India where self-exploration, personal journey led to the society upliftment. If we can take the examples of the great leaders, for example, if we take the example of Mahatma Gandhi, he lived a journey where he developed himself, and in this journey he developed the society. And we can find many examples like Mahatma Gandhi. So self and sustainable development are interlinked. If we develop self, the sustainable development bound to happen through us. And if I strive for developing the environment, the society, it bound to develop my personality. So it works both the ways. Developing the self, how, and if I decide today that I need to develop myself, so I believe the process is that I need to indulge myself in few exercises like yoga, meditation, mindfulness, positive affirmations about me, self-help reading. I need to read the material on self-help motivation, and my scriptures, the Indian scriptures. And friends, a higher self always take care of the nature, environment, and the society. Self has an integral role in fostering sustainable development. So if I am a developed human being, I definitely take care of the others. And if I am not developed myself, I found myself entangled in various miseries of life, various problems, sufferings in the life. So I don't find time developing the society, developing the environment. Engaging in sustainable development can profoundly impact personal development and self-improvement. So when we engage ourselves in sustainable development, we develop ourselves. I would like to give a very good example on this in the world. There is one girl, teenager. She lives in Sweden, I believe. Her name is Greta Thunberg. When she was 8 years old, she had developed autism. She was not able to speak. Her cognitive ability was not good. She was not able to express herself and all. We know the problems associated with the autism. But when she was around 12 years old, reading in the school, somehow she developed awareness about climate, about environment, and she started doing various movements as a student in her school and also in the other platforms. And she was doing it continuously for 3-4 years and till 18 years and at various big platforms. And in this process, when she was taking care of the environment, speaking on the environment and all, she later on invited at the United Nations to deliver a speech, and she delivered the speech at the United Nations. So what I wanted to say that she devoted herself at that age on climate awareness, on sustainable development, on environment, and in this process she developed herself. and she developed herself so much that she was able to speak before United Nations. So this gives us a enhanced set of a sense of purpose when we move towards sustainable development. Working towards a cause larger than oneself, such as sustainable development, provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment. This can enhance one's life by creating a meaningful connection to the work and its impact on the community and the planet. So, engaging with sustainability challenges encourages individuals to reflect on their values and ethics. Knowing that your actions have a long-term positive impact can provide a profound sense of accomplishment and life satisfaction. In essence, engaging in sustainable development not only helps address global challenges, but also enriches the individual's life, offering personal growth, improved well-being, stronger sense of connectedness to the world. So self and sustainable development is the key to a developed India and a better world. So India is moving towards a developed India at 2047, and that gives us a huge challenge. The climate change is a huge challenge before us. We all know we have faced a 2023 was the hottest year on this planet, and 2024 is setting new records in the global warming and in other climate catastrophes like floods. If you go to the YouTube, you will see all over India excessive rains, flooding, and all landslides going on. This is all happening because of climate change, and it is not happening in India. It is happening all over world. In US at present, the 50% of the US is facing uh, 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 strong heat waves. So, coming back to self-development, self-development is the process of understanding and enhancing one's own abilities, strengths, and qualities. So, in this presentation, we will delve into the core aspects of self-development, emphasizing its importance and strategies for growth. So when we talk about self-development, we start from self-awareness. It is the knowledge about one's character, knowledge about me, my feelings, my motives, my desires. So when we do introspection, we do journaling about myself, and we noted down that I am having such shortcomings, my strengths and weaknesses, and then I start working upon them and starting developing myself, my weak area. So strategies could be engaged in regular self-reflection through journaling or meditation, healthy lifestyle, maintaining a balanced diet and regular exercise, adequate sleep. So continuous learning and skill development is the key. We need to enroll ourselves in self-development courses if we feel like that we lack in some areas. We need to do self-study, self-help books. We need to learn new skills. And if possible, we can find a mentor who can provide us guidance if we really want to develop ourselves. We need to have goals in our life. It is very important that we have goals in our life. When we have some goals, a direction in our life, the life is always successful. And when we move in the life without any goal, the life sometimes become boring, sometimes become very miserable. So it is very important that we have some personal, professional, and even spiritual goals in our life. And professional goals, we all know that we want to become, we want to achieve some success. Someone has raised his hands. I think we can discuss all the questions and your views in the end. And spiritual goals here, I mean that setting some goals that I will do something for the society. It is very important because we are all human beings, we are all spiritual beings, and when we something for others, it really helps us. We need to develop a emotional intelligence quality among us. We need to understand my emotions, that my emotions are balanced, and I need to understand the emotions of others. I need to have that intelligence that I can judge others, I can read the emotions of others, because when I live in a society, it is very important to have good relationship, and for having good relationship, I need to understand, I need to have a quality of emotional intelligence. So if I'm developing myself and I'm in the process of developing myself and I have developed, suppose I have, after 3 6 months of exercise, I have developed myself. So when I improve my personality, when I improve my emotions, it really helped me in better relationship. Because when I improve myself, I have been able to control my anger, my frustration. Yes, please. आप म्यूट कर लीजिए अपने आप को. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So when I develop myself, I develop good relationship with others, and it have a positive impact on the society. So first of all, when I develop myself, I am in the process of developing myself. My family, my relatives, friends, colleagues, my society, they all realize that some change is going on, and it really creates a good impact on the society. And the practical exercise for self-development, write daily reflections on your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. We need to read. We need to read self-help books, some really good books, and meditation. And I always advise that meditation is a wonderful tool to develop the real self. Someone again has raised the hand. I again request that if we can discuss, note it down all our questions, and we can discuss in the end. So meditation, I always advise working the meditation. TM is transcendental meditation. It can do wonders in our self development. Transcendental meditation is a form of meditation where we go beyond our mind and body and reach our higher self. So conclusion in as far as self-development is concerned, self-development is a continuous journey that empowers individuals to reach their full potential. By focusing on self-awareness, mindfulness, continuous learning, goal setting, emotional intelligence, one can achieve personal and professional success while positively impacting the society. So now development of higher self. So this is the one step further, that in the self development, I develop my personality, I develop my confidence, I develop my various qualities. But अगर जो हम थोड़ा सा आगे जाएं, we can also move towards developing our higher self. Development of the higher self refers to the process of transcending ordinary consciousness, going beyond body and mind to achieve a more enlightened, aware, and spiritually connected state. This journey involves deep inner work, self-realization, and aligning oneself with higher principles and purposes. Self-realization and awareness. So, friends, self-realization is the recognition of one's true nature and understanding that one's identity transcends the ego and individual experiences. So when we have various emotions in our mind, like ego and other experiences where we develop some attitude towards others, but if I develop my higher self, then I am able to control my ego and my other emotions, and I react with others in a smooth and in a even manner, in spite of all those talks and emotions. So meditation and mindfulness again is the strategies to develop my higher self, and writing down my thoughts and emotions and experiences help in gaining deeper insights into one's true nature and understanding patterns that govern behavior. So, friends, I believe that all those great leaders in this world, from Mahatma Gandhi, from Vivekanand, from Albert Einstein, Nelson Mandela, and Mother Teresa, they were all able to develop their higher self. That is why they were the great leaders of India and the world. So we also call it spiritual growth. So when I develop my higher self, I also call it that I am developing myself spiritually. So this can be developed by aligning with universal principles like love, compassion. We all know compassion can do wonders in the human relationship and interconnectedness with the society. And we need to do some spiritual practices. Again, someone has raised hand. I will request that we will discuss in the end. So practicing yoga, doing some chanting, it all facilitates my spiritual growth. And then reading Gita, Bible, Dhampada, Upanishads. So when we read these scriptures, I always advise that read best versions and where we have some explanations given, and read other enlightened books also. And we need to have a healthy lifestyle. We all know, maintaining a balanced diet, regular exercise, and in the age of sustainability, my dear friends, vegetarian diet is always preferable, because it requires less energy to consume, less energy to cook. So in the age of sustainability, we need to shift. We need to change our lifestyle, shift to the food which requires less energy to cook, because we are facing energy shortage. We need to use the energy as judiciously as uh, uh, we need to use as less energy as possible. We need to focus on resource efficiency. So again, practices again, I recommend 20 minutes daily practices for meditation, and then practice acts of kindness daily, smiling, listening empathetically, helping a neighbor. These are all practices through whom we can develop ourselves. So developing the higher self is a journey of inner transformation that leads to greater awareness, spiritual growth, and alignment with one's true purpose. This journey not only benefits the individual, but also contributes to the well-being of society, nation, and the world at large. Now I come to sustainable development. So sustainable development, my dear friends, this drive of sustainable development, it has been implemented by India and all other nations, because of a drive by United Nations, wherein the United Nations has given us 17 sustainable development goals. Sustainable development goals, where we have various goals like removing poverty, hunger, environment, climate, and life below water, strong institutions. So there are 17 goals, and India is one of the signatory to adopt these 17 sustainable goals. So sustainable development is a holistic approach to growth that seeks to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future. It encompasses environment, social, and economic dimensions. So, but we have challenges, because we all have economic interests and life pressures in our life. We all have we all do have life pressures in the life, and many times in this pressure we forget about our responsibility to the society, to the environment. Because in my presentation, many participants say that they are busy in their life and we don't have time for sustainable development, for environment. But my dear friends, it is a question of survival now. If the things gets continued, as it is going on, we are seeing that we are observing each year is a hottest year, breaking all the previous records. अगर हम अभी नहीं, if we do not wake up now, it will be too late. And we do have political and vested interest. Everyone, the political leaders are busy in their political interest, and sometimes they forget this. Although India has given a target to the United Nations, to the Paris Agreement, that India will become net zero by 2070, and India is of course working towards it. Uh, 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 and then there are challenges that few people say that they do not have interest in life, and they do not bother about sustainable development. So sustainable development key aspects are environmental sustainability, ensuring that natural resources are used in a way that maintains ecosystem health and biodiversity for the future. Protecting natural habitats, protecting our forests, because it is our responsibility to protect our animals, nature, our plantations. Uh, uh, Human being is the only intelligent human being, intelligent species in the world, in this planet. So it is our responsibility to take care of the environment, to take care of the universe, to take care of the animals. And we need to shift to the renewable energy sources like solar and wind energy. We cannot rely on now on coal energy, because coal. Yeah, please
Hello.
mute.
Somebody has
आप म्यूट
unmuted.
कर ले अपने माइक को म्यूट कर ले प्लीज. Yes. So coal, producing energy from the coal is very uh, 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 it gives us, it produces a maximum amount of CO2, which is dangerous for the environment. In fact, we all know why this global warming is happening, why this all flood and climate crisis is happening. It is happening because of greenhouse gases. It is happening because of excessive amount of CO2, carbon dioxide, in the atmosphere. And this carbon dioxide happens because when we produce electricity with the help of coal, and when we use fossil fuels to drive our vehicles, and in various process, when we use fossil fuels like diesel, petrol, it produces CO2, and our environment now consists excessive amount of CO2, for which global warming is happening. And we need to shift to sustainable agriculture, implementing farming practices that preserve soil health and reduce environmental impact. Social sustainability. So friends, we need to create an equitable society where all individuals have access to basic needs and opportunities, fostering inclusion and well-being. So we need to move towards an inclusive society. We need to move towards a society which consists of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We need to include each and every section of the society while we move towards a developed India. We need to ensure access to quality education and healthcare for all the section of the society, to all the underprivileged and less privileged. We need to have a gender equality. India is far behind in gender equality, and India has to really work hard for improving its gender parity, because unless and until we have gender equality, it is difficult. It is to have a developed India, a better world. We need to give equal opportunities to all the genders and to all the sections of the society, and we need to develop the community. Then economic sustainability se matlab hai that in the corporate sector should take care while they take their commercial decisions. They need to inbuild the corporate social responsibility. They need to inbuild the sustainable development in their commercial operations, commercial decisions. They need to shift to the green economy. We need to invest in sectors that are environmental friendly and create sustainable jobs. We need to create more and more sustainable jobs, green jobs. The government, through National Skill Development Corporation, is training youth and the individuals on the green skills, green job. So resource efficiency, we need to maximize resources, use efficiency to minimize waste and promote recycling. So we need to shift to the recycling. We need to shift to the triple R. We need to recycle the products. We need to reuse the product, and we need to reduce the use of products. We need to shift to the simple living. And I appreciate South India particularly is more aware as far as simple living is concerned. Uh, but we need to inculcate this habit all over India, all over world. So economic sustainability से मेरा मतलब है that we need to inculcate. We need to develop an economic system that provide long-term stability and equitable distribution of wealth. We need to encourage businesses to adopt eco-friendly practices and corporate social responsibility initiatives. Now, relating sustainable development to consciousness and unconsciousness. Friends, consciousness and sustainable development. Higher consciousness, individuals with higher self-awareness and consciousness tend to recognize the interconnectedness of all life forms and the importance of preserving the environment for future generations. They are more likely to engage in sustainable practices and advocate for policies that promote environment, social, and economic sustainability. As already discussed, higher consciousness involves mindfulness, which helps individuals make thoughtful decisions that consider long-term impacts on the environment and society. So, if we are unconscious, if we are ignorance, we can choose to be ignorant of the challenges faced by being faced by the climate change crisis. And that our ignorance, our unconsciousness will create problems for the the younger generations. So we need to leave a planet which is sustainable, which is green, which can sustain for long. And for that, we need to develop consciousness. We need to develop awareness. And lack of awareness, an individual who is not conscious or aware tends to prioritize short-term gains over long-term sustainability. Ignorance of environmental issues often leads to actions that harm the planet and disregard the needs of future generations. So ignorance is bliss. Being unaware of all facts or problems can create problems for not only for us, for the future generation, for the nature, for the universe, for this planet. Consumerism and exploitation. Unconscious behavior often manifests in excessive consumption and exploitation of resources without considering the ecological footprint or the social implications. So, friends, I have found that when we are slave to our senses, when we are unconscious, so we are more unsustainable. Hello?
Yeah, yes, sir. Please carry on. Please carry on.
I thought, yes,
No.
and exploitation. So, friends, it is important that we are aware, we are conscious about our responsibilities towards environments, towards nature, towards society. So when we are ignorant, we have our focus on short-term gains. We prioritize immediate benefits without regard for environmental degradation or social inequality. So negative neglects impact, often unaware of the broader impact of their actions on the planet and society, leading to unsustainable practices. So practical steps to foster higher consciousness and sustainable development. We need to promote environmental education to increase awareness about sustainability issues. DMA ESG committee in the last 15 months, we did various sessions for the youth in various colleges, particularly management courses, management students, MBA students. We are doing ESG training for them. So we need to educate the youth. We need to create awareness on environmental education. We need to encourage critical thinking and mindfulness practices to foster self-awareness and long-term thinking. And we need to involve the community also. We need to involve the community also. I mean, we are aware, we have all the resources, we are doing this webinar, but if possible, we should involve the community, the lower sections of the society also, make them aware towards their responsibility towards the environment. So life is difficult. I know we have various challenges in the life, but we need to understand this various important challenge the humanity is facing, the world is facing. So we need to follow policy advocacy. We need to advocate for policies that support sustainable development goals. The government in the government Niti Aayog, they are working really hard in promoting sustainable development goals. They recently have formed various working groups that are working to move towards a net zero carbon economy by 2070. The government has taken various initiatives and working towards attaining sustainable development goals. We need to encourage businesses and governments to adopt to sustainable practices and transparency. Personal practices in our personal life, we need to adopt sustainable living practices such as reducing waste. Now, waste is a big problem. We need to segregate our waste and conserving energy and supporting local and eco-friendly products. And when I talk about waste, friends, we need to take care of our e-waste also. E-waste is one of the biggest problems. Our electronic gadgets, our mobiles, our laptops, we need to dispose them in a proper manner. We need to dispose them to the companies who are taking this for their proper disposals. There are a few startups and companies who take care of our used gadgets for their proper disposal. So we need to dispose all our e-waste in a proper manner. We need to engage in regular reflection and mindfulness to align personal values with sustainable actions. So sustainable development is deeply connected to the level of consciousness and awareness of individuals, while ignorance leads to unsustainable practices that harm the planet and society. A higher self fosters a holistic and integrated approach to development that ensures long-term well-being for all. By promoting self-awareness, mindfulness, and responsible behavior, individuals can significantly contribute to sustainable development and inspire others to do the same. Again, a few slides on self and sustainable development, although I have discussed it. So enhancing one's personal growth and well-being, an individual can significantly contribute to societal, environmental, and national development. Conversely, engaging in societal and environmental initiatives fosters personal growth and fulfillment. So again, when we service to society, serving others provides a sense of purpose and can enhance one's emotional and psychological well-being. Similarly, living sustainability often requires self-discipline. When we live sustainability, it requires a self-discipline and it improves our habits and shift our mindset, and which can further our personal development and resilience qualities are being developed in ourselves when we live a sustainable life. So when we live in a disciplined way, we really develop ourselves, develop the society. Again, sustainable living, this not only helps the planet but also instills a sense of responsibility and discipline. Advocacy and educating others amplifies the impact of sustainable practices. We all need to assume the responsibility of environmental stewardship. We need to assume the leadership positions to take care of the environment. So we need, but in fact, transformational leadership to take care of the sustainability issues the India and the world is facing. So service leading to self-development, sustainable living, advocacy, and educations we have already discussed. I am skipping this slide. We need to follow adopting eco-friendly practices such as recycling, conserving water. So few cities in India, they are all already facing water shortages, water problem. We all know this. We need to follow a practice of mindful consumption. Adopting a sustainable lifestyle requires mindfulness in consumption choices. Our food, our lifestyle, our clothing, we need to change all as far as possible. So we have emphasized the personal development, that personal development and sustainable development are mutually reinforcing. By nurturing the self, individuals are better equipped to contribute to society and the environment. Conversely, engaging in societal and environmental initiatives fosters personal growth and fulfillment. This holistic approach ensures a balanced and impactful life, contributing to a sustainable and prosperous future for all. So we action plan क्या हो सकता है? That we need to engage in exercises, enhancing self-awareness and set personal development goals. We need to introduce daily mindfulness and meditation routines, identify local community service opportunities and creating action plans. We need to work with the community. We need to adopt and document eco-friendly practices as much as possible. So by integrating these principles, we can embark on a journey of mutual growth, benefiting both ourselves and the world around us. So friends, as far as my presentation is concerned, my slides are over. We can now discuss. You can share your views. Mr. Puneet, you would like to share your views on my slides. I may have हो सकता है मैंने कुछ points miss किए हों, and we are ready to question answer also. If any participants has any questions, we can really discuss it.
So before I give my thoughts, I would invite our audience, students mainly, who are the future, who will actually need to lead all this in the years to come. Any questions, any doubts you have, please raise your hand or unmute yourself or put your question in the chat box.
Yeah, while I doing presentation, there were few hands were raised. So anyone would like to share any views, any questions? Lot of participation. I really appreciate.
Yeah. Yes, it's very heartening to see. I think so. While some of the students or audience may be thinking of a question. Sir, what couple of things that you have pointed out is that each of us has to actually, we all used to think, or we still think, that it is the government's job to take care of environment and sustainability and frame laws. But from your talk today, it is coming out very clearly that each of us has a role to play and do it in our own way, small way. Charity begins at home is the message I am taking from your talk. That each of us can start doing something in this direction rather than waiting for some governments to take action. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, definitely. Government is doing their job. They have signed the Paris Agreement 2015. An agreement was signed in the Paris. All the 180 countries, they signed one agreement that they will abide by sustainable development goals. But each and every individual needs to take care of, for example, plastic. We need to use plastic as less as possible. Our oceans, they are full of plastics. Our landfills, they are full of plastics. And plastics, it do not क्या बोलते हैं उसको
Biodegradable.
हाँ it takes 200, 300, 400, 500 years for a plastic to get absorbed, get dissolved. So and recycling, only 25% of the plastic in the environment can be recycled, and 25% finds its place in the oceans and in the landfills. So it can really create problem for the marine life, for the animals in the forest and all. I mean, it creates it blocks the oxygen in the atmosphere for the sea animals. So we all need to take care of this, our habits.
Right. Anybody from the audience? Any questions for sir?
Yeah. Please do share your views and raise any question. Because in any presentation, I always recommend that we need to share our views. We need to discuss, because only two-way communication helps us. If we just listen, it may not help that much.
So no, anybody? So I am just wanting to point out that, as I said, bulk of our audience, 90% plus would be students, and these are all management students who would be at the forefront of management and running companies in the years to come. And not only this has become a major regulatory requirement, which this ESG, sustainable development, it's become a major regulatory requirement across the world. Each of you, management students, will become either an entrepreneur or a management professional, will actually have to lead in your own role or in your own organization. This particular aspect is getting increasingly important day by day. So you keep an eye on this particular aspect.
Yes, ESG reporting is now compulsory for top 1,000 companies in India. Top 1,000 listed companies, they need to include in their annual report each year a section where they report on their initiatives on the ESG, what the company is doing on the environmental aspects, what the company is doing on the social aspects, and what the company is doing on the governance aspects to run their organizations. And in fact, there are ESG ratings are also now prevalent, that each company has to give the rating that how specify how active they are on their ESG front, so that investors they invest only in the ESG compliant companies.
Yes,
so you rightly said that management students के लिए it is very much relevant for the management students.
Yes, all your strategies. Sorry, anybody, please.
Yeah, this is Vandana.
Yeah, doctor.
So this is Vandana. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I'm an associate professor with Krishnamal College, PSGR Krishnamal College, and I'm also a managing committee member of CMA.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a few points. You rightly said that self development will ultimately also help in creating a sustainable society around us. One more thing, maybe perhaps, practicing minimalism as well as self-discipline also, and respect for the environment also goes a long way in, spreading that message of sustainability. If each one of us does that, I think that will be enough, and then the world will not be as it is today in terms of, the climate change and things like that.
Yeah, very rightly said, madam. I mean, minimalism, we need to see that simple living, we can say simple living. We need to reduce our consumption and change our lifestyles. Very rightly said, madam. Very rightly said.
Yeah, this is responsible consumption. I think it is one of the
Responsible, yeah, very,
SDGs
yeah,
also,
yeah.
Sustainable Development Goals that's framed by United Nations.
Yes, yes. One of the goal itself says that it says responsible consumption.
Yes, sir. It's a very, very pertinent topic, actually. Thank you for
Yes.
your time and efforts.
Yes, yes, yes. So I again look forward. Any other question, any other views? Like Dr. Vandana has shared her views. I request other senior members can share their views.
So just a thought, recently in Europe, there are some political parties which are now kind of challenging the entire concept of climate change, and the French elections and the German elections or EU elections which have just happened recently. Many of these parties have gained a lot of vote share. Do you fear that this particular effort of sustainability and all is going to get a bit derailed because of such political parties coming up in the forefront? Is there a threat? Because they're openly saying that they don't believe so much in climate change and things like that.
No, I don't find. I mean, because of political interest, vested interest, it happens that sometimes political leaders they avoid these problems. They say that they will see in future. But in Europe, as far as I have not read any such thing that they have said it openly that in fact Europe they have imposed one carbon tax on all the imports from other countries, which product has produces carbon in the atmosphere. In fact, India is protesting this carbon tax imposed by the European community, that if India exports steel, cement like products in Europe, they have to give carbon tax. उसकी वजह से that leads to our import becomes uh, expensive. So that various trade, various negotiations, various trade barriers are going on, and we all need in India. In fact, our energy consumption is increasing day by day. I read that 5 years before India consumed today India consumes 50% more energy that it was consuming 3 years before. In fact, because of global warming and because of other things, because India economy is growing, we have more resources, we are consuming more energy, and we are producing more energy with the help of coal, and it is producing more pollution.
Yeah, true, sir. And in fact, I came across a very uh, interesting talk that all this move towards AI, actually, it requires a huge amount of energy consumption for the servers, artificial
Very rightly
intelligence.
said.
And
Yes.
Google itself is probably creating, and all these companies which are heavily into AI are actually becoming the villains in terms of energy consumption, and reversing the entire sustainability efforts, unless they switch over almost completely to renewable energy. So it is becoming kind of, on one hand, we are all pushing for AI and other stuff, but the amount of energy that is required to churn out and analyze all those data, I believe is very, very high. Is it, sir? Like that? The energy
Yes,
consumption.
definitely. Yes. In fact, AI is another risk. India and the world is facing, we are facing climate risk, and then we are facing AI risk. AI risk, it will change the India and the world in the years to come. We have Chat GPT and we have other things. This will change the habits of the individuals. It will change the humanity. It may change the humanity in the years to come. And you rightly said that because of AI, we will use more laptops, more computers, and it requires more and more energy. But then we need to shift to the renewable energy. But that the process is slow at present.
Right.
I believe by 2030, by 2030, India will be able to shift to 30%, to the extent of 30% only towards renewable energy.
Renewable.
It's a long target challenge for all of
Challenge.
us.
Right, sir. I think so. I would like to now wrap up and thank you so much, sir, for clearly laying out the roadmap between self-development, self-awareness, and sustainable development, and how it can impact the world. I think before this, many of us would be looking at these as two different things. Self-development is something else, and sustainable development is the government's problem. Governments across the world. What you have, I think, very beautifully reoriented us, I'm sure, is that each of us, through our own self-awareness and self-development, can contribute majorly towards sustainable development. I think this is a learning which, a perspective which I definitely didn't have. I was always thinking of it as different compartments. I mean, I will develop myself, but society can go whichever way it wants. But you've been able to create that bridge it's a two-way street. So thank you so much, sir. And I think
In fact,
taking the time out.
in fact, many times the online sessions, they do not leave a good impact on the audiences. I mean, as you, because you are saying it, I mean, you're feeling it that it is our responsibility. But online sessions do not have good impact on the audiences. For example, we have more than 150 participants.
Yes.
So I recommend that sometime let us have a physical session. I mean,
Yes.
in Coimbatore, I can travel. We can have a good impact on the student, because as a management association, it is our responsibility. In fact, AMA has also recommended that we should have more and more session on environment.
Environments, correct. No, actually, it is becoming. I mean, I have seen myself in my professional career how ESG has gained importance in the last 5-6 years, and a lot of our business decisions actually have to be taken with ESG in mind. It has to be ESG compliant. So all our learnings in terms of marketing strategy, sales strategy, product strategy, absolutely new dimensions are being added, and for all the students here, this is something that you will encounter when you step into the industry,
right,
in a year from now or 6 months from now.
Yes.
So, sir, on behalf of CMA, we thank you once again for taking this time out, and we hope that you will be able to either be able to organize a physical session or at least a couple of more online sessions on related topics, different perspectives, and we will be in touch with you, sir, and we'd like to invite you a couple of times more for our benefit. On behalf of CMA, I thank you so much for taking the time out to share your perspective with all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thanks a lot for giving this.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thank you.